I'm Steve Fitzgerald. I'm running against Mark Gilstrap, Senator Gilstrap. Senator Gilstrap was a senator for 12 years. He was appointed by the Governor Sebelius. He changed his votes on important issues, or at least one in particular, because he was called by the Governor and told to change his vote, and he admitted that. In-state tuition for illegal aliens in 2004. We debated about that. In 2004, he called me naive and explained how it would help Kansas and help these children. I explained back that all it does is attract more illegal immigrants, and so we are enticing illegal aliens to become lawbreakers rather than to go to the country of origin and apply for a visa like they should. The other problem is, once we get done paying for that education, and we do pay for that education, they can't get a job because you have to show your paperwork for those jobs. So we've paid for money to get somebody an education that they can't possibly use in our current society. At which point they either have to go home, and in 2008 he voted to defeat a bill that would have ended in-state tuition for illegal aliens. We don't need 12 more years of that kind of performance. We need to move forward. I've been a small businessman. I've started 2 small businesses here. I've paid paychecks, ever mindful that people were depending upon those and were feeding families. I know what it's like to try and make money, to give value. I'll put that record up against somebody who hasn't done that before and really doesn't understand it at all.
I would have supported the governor's budget, tax cuts, what have you. I think what we're looking at is competition with our regional states. So we have to design our plan for people from other states to come into our state. And that's going to be good for us. It's going to be good for our city and counties. Keep in mind, please, 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 that this tax cut is money, your money, going back to you. That's your money. You're going to spend that money. You're going to go buy things, car, boat, sales tax. It'll go back into the community. Since I've still got a few more seconds here, I forgot to recognize my daughter's friend. He's wearing a Gilstrap shirt up here, and you always recognize somebody wearing your shirt. A law student? Yes, okay. Keep in mind that in my 12 years, I voted 5,186 times, and I never missed a vote.
Those votes and Kelly Coltula's votes are not that much different. You've heard the discussion here about we have to have differences between the candidates so that the voters have something to vote for. And if we're voting on records, her voting record and my opponent's voting record are not that much different on many issues. Very similar to Kelly Coltula. So the voters are going to say, why should we fire Kelly Coltula when her voting record on most issues in economics and so forth is the same as yours? The big thing we're talking about, and we're going to have to get to it in another question, is obviously the cost of education and how that gets paid.
Steve can give you good information on education percentages over the past several years, and I'll just let him talk to that, but I believe in more local control.
The number of students K-12 in Kansas has increased 1%. The number of teachers in Kansas has increased over 50%. The number of administrators has increased over 90%.
When I was up there many years ago, I can remember when we would fight for $35 on the base aid per pupil. And that didn't translate to a whole lot of money throughout the state. And we had a banner year one time and got $50 per student base aid. Then we got up to 100, 150.
Money is not the problem. We've proved that. We've put as much money in as I think you can put in. Right now, we're up over 53% of the state general funds goes to K-12 education. We need to get away from the idea that money is the problem and money is the answer. It's not. We need to adequately fund education, but we need to look at some of the other problems that we've got, and we've got to fix them. Thank you.
I've got 12 years of experience in the minority party. I was in minority leadership all 12 of those years.
He puts his record up against any lifelong Republican.
I've got 12 years of experience in the minority party. I was in minority leadership all 12 of those years.
2008, he quotes Nick Sloan, the reporter, as saying, the race in 2008 was very close. Guess what? That was my race that was very close against Kelly Coltula, not his.
I know who the players are, and especially, I know where the men's restroom is. Thank you.
And I do believe there's a significant difference on every issue between Kelly Coltula and myself. On record, on platform, on position. He lost by 22% to Kelly Coltula in 2008. The question was, who can beat Kelly Coltula this time?